no gold is not enough.
Welcome guys, welcome to this video. In this video we're going to see how we can delete files in PHP. So here in my code editor I have this folder open where I have images folder where I have 2 images inside it, and as well as a backup folder where I have 2 images there too, and as well as we have the index.php where I do not have anything currently. So if I go to folder, you can see the similar structure the way it is in the code editor. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete one by one these files from images folder. So to delete a file we can use a PHP function. So first of all I'm going to go and say a variable $file, which is going to be equal to images dash slash user dot png. So if you see in the folder we have a user.png, so this should delete once we fire this file. So here I say a PHP function on link. I'm going to pass $file in it so that it can delete, and we can check if this deletes. We want a confirmation, so we are saying okay, if it deletes, give us a confirmation. File deleted, failed. Alright, let's see what we get. So we go to the browser and we say refresh, we get file deleted. You can see that file just gone from here. If I go to the folder, there is no file. Now as the file is deleted, let's delete this file as well. So it's people19, the name. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into code editor and pass this name. Alright, let's see the folder here. I go to browser, refresh, we still get file deleted, and we just saw the file deleted. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here, and from the backup I'm going to get both images and I'm going to put inside images directory so that we can check further. So we got images back here. Now what I want to do, I want to delete these both images at once. So for that, let's comment this particular file. Then I can say here variable $files, and I want to say the directory. Now we cannot just say that okay, this is a folder name and delete. It's going to delete everything. It's not going to work that way. So let's see what happens. So if I put here, it should give us an error. So let's see, refresh, we get unlink images is a directory. So it's a directory, so it's unable to delete it. So in that case what we can do, we can put a check and it will be code accordingly. So we're going to check here that if is underscore dir, which is a PHP function which checks if the variable is a directory or a file. So you can copy this, we need to pass this inside it. Now as it's a directory, it's going to return true, so we are going to do this if condition. Now if it is a directory, I want to scan all the files, whatever files we have inside this folder. So it might be 10 or 20, or in our case it's 2 right now. So it should get all the files. So we can say scan dir, and we need to provide $files again. Alright, so it is going to get these. Now I am going to define an empty array, so it's going to be file array, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put or set this file array equals to this. Alright, so whatever files we get after scan, it is going to put into this array. Alright, let's see what we get. We simply gonna do here a var underscore dump or print r if you prefer print r. Then you can put exit so that it doesn't go any further. So I go into the browser and I'm going to refresh. So I'm getting the array of 4. So there are 2 values, that those 2 images, and we have the 2 values with dot and dot. So let's see what we do. So these dot dot and dot, I believe it's hidden files in the folder. That's why it's not showing up here. So what we can do about it, we can filter them out. So to do that, simply we need to do, we can loop through this array and remove those dot and dot dot. So to do that, simply we can run a for loop. It's going to be $I is equal to 0. $I is less than count of $files. So we have 4 in array, so it's going to run 4 times. Then we're going to say $I plus plus each time. Now to remove something from array, we can use PHP function unset. So we're going to do that now. So we can say here $files, and we can pass the index by $I. So we can say here so I'm just going to put it in if condition. So if this index equals to a string of dot, or and just remove those values. So we say here unset $files and index $I. So the same array will print differently this time because we are removing. Now I made a mistake here. We are putting it in file array, but here I'm just dealing with files. So instead of files, we need to do this if I am putting it to this array. So this is going to be there. Sorry about that. So we need to just replace files with this. Alright. So now this file array will be filtered because we are looping through it. We are removing these dots and dot dot from here. If these are there, it's going to unset those values and only going to leave the values. Those are those images. So if I go to the browser and refresh, we get the array of 2, and if the first is people 19 png and the second is user.png, which is the files we have. So now as we have this, we can delete these files. So what we can do here is, now we can run another function, loop, sorry. So we're going to say for $j this time. $j is less than, again, count of dollar. It's going to be quite similar, $file array. This time the file array is quite short because we removed those dot and dot dot. Now there can be more approaches to deal with this problem. You can delete it, but I just want to keep the code simple and you get the idea how loops are working, how we are unsetting the values, how we're using this so that your practice increases. We are trying to use a few PHP functions here as well, just to make you more understanding with this code. So here, now I'm going to say $file array, and instead of this, I'm going to say onLink, and we're going to pass this. Now, there is one more thing we need to do. So onLink is responsible for deleting files. So we have the file name because each time this loop runs, it is going to give one image name at one by one. So let me do this. I'm going to exit here and echo. So you can see a bit clearly. So refresh the page. Line 19, we have onLink here. I need to put this exit here. var dump $file array. So we get it here, refresh. So we get these two files here, people 19 png, you can see. I will zoom it up, and the user.png. These are the two images we have. So we need to we can currently, if you see, we have the index 2 and 3. What we can do, we can reindex it by using array values. So if I put here array underscore values, which is a PHP function, so it is going to reindex. So you can see it's a 2 and 3, and those values. If I refresh now, it is 0 and 1. Now that's what we need to pass in here. So I'm going to pass this like this. So instead of doing on link straight away, I want to show you what we are getting here. So I say here echo, and it is going to get each value once because we are looping through, and I have I here. We need to put j because this loop has $j. So I'm going to save this, and let's see in the browser. Now if here I refresh, we get the people. Let me comment this one so that you can see clearly, and I want to put here a break. Alright, so here we go and refresh. So we get people 19.png, user.png. So we're getting these two names one by one here. So now we know that our files are inside this images folder. So we need to append that here. So what we can do, we can say, alright, so we can say images slash then this. Alright, so it's going to have it that way. So if I save this now and I go to browser and I refresh, okay, I need to remove this. So here I refresh, so we get images and that there. So if you see, that's the path to these both images. So this time it is going to delete them because it's getting the proper path. So if I put here on link, and we are providing the proper path to each file, and now we need to remove this break. Alright, so you will see it is going to delete these two files straight away. So what I do here is I simply I'm going to remove this, comment this out, and now I am going to open the folder so you can see it straight away. Now here I refresh the page. So I refresh the page and you can see both the images gone because each time this loop ran, and first time it deleted first value and the second time second, and because this is the path to the file and we used PHP function on link, which is responsible for deleting files, we maintain and managed to delete all the files in a folder. So this is how you delete a folder, files in a folder. So you can delete a single file just by providing the file name inside unlink function. Now if you have multiple, you can loop through and still use unlink to delete files. I'll leave this code into the description so you can use it, try to play with it, just to give you the understanding how things work. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video.
And our goal is not in her.